Hello, my loves. Willkommen to another weekly remotely viewed astrological forecast for this week ahead. Okay, first of all, I want to say go very slow if anyone's like skipping along already. And second of all, I forgot to put Crypto Sesh on this calendar, but we're going to do Crypto Sesh, I think, next week. Okay. Anyway, hello and welcome, my sweet, dear, magical friends, to this week as we discuss April 4th through to, didn't work, April 4th to April 11th, 2022. I am Madame President of the Artegan, Natalie, spelled Natalee. We have a wonderful week ahead. This is one of the weeks that I'm the most excited for out of this entire year. If you are new to this channel, I am the psychic occultist, remote viewer, instructor, consigliere. That's what I like to call myself. There we go. Okay, so if you'd like to reserve our time together this week or in the next week ahead, any kind of time ahead, if you want to reserve a spot for a consulting session or for a psychic tarot reading, both are done via live Zoom sessions, reservable through theartegan.com. Link below, available for download after our session, which is something I'm really excited about. I think that's so great to have your readings. Hey. After the fact. And yeah, let's go ahead and dive right in because you guys are really excited. This is a big week. Oh, I've been wanting Russian bells since forever. I talked about this in the monthlies, which are up on the Patreon. Russian bells even before the war. So if anyone has the hookup, let me know. Okay, so this is just a week that is... Give me a second here. Okay, so last week it was about that motivation, right? How to transform. The message was about meeting your discomfort with motivation. This week it's more about the action plan that follows that up. So you're going to be able, and just like a brief overall, because I feel like everyone's going to be super impatient. There's going to be a lot of very excited energy, but very impatient energy. You're going to be feeling like, I got to do something, I got to act. So this week, you start to think about this action plan today, Monday, April 4th. It's Mars Saturn, we're going to talk about it. Tuesday, Wednesday, you're opening up, like really opening up to what your mind is trying to put together here. Thursday and Friday are like more implementing type days, and then there's the weekend. I don't know how this happened, but I think it was my cognitive dissonance that protected me from this upcoming Mercury-Pluto square that totally freaked me out when I noticed that. Okay, so more for the prologue. So my loves, there's a Pisces pileup, and I talk about it in the monthlies for this month ahead. And this Pisces pileup, I feel like this is such a new moon in Aries with Chiron, because it's sort of like, even me mentioning cognitive dissonance, the Pisces pileup, Jupiter and Neptune's in Pisces, Venus is going to be in Pisces, Mars is going to be in Pisces. The higher vibration, and remember when I said before how we're talking about astrology a little bit differently, the conscious and the unconscious, the higher vibration, the faster vibration, the conscious vibration manifestation of Pisces energy. And what we have this spring is psychic ability, spirituality, true love, forgiveness, healing, really, really, really creative, like creativity that's just so inspiring, so wonderful, really good, positive feelings. Because remember, love is the only truth. Everything else is an illusion. Everything else is a lie. There's no pressure at all. Okay. And this Pisces energy is helping us embody that more and feel that more and believe, really, really believe. The lower vibration, the slower vibration, the denser vibration, unconscious vibration manifestation of the same energy. So it's like, if there's like a band of frequency, it's like, okay, is mental illness, self-delusion, martyrdom issues, messianic complexes, victim mentality. These are the high and low expressions of psychic energy. Psychic energy, psychics, psychic phenomena is everything that is existing that most people cannot see or perceive with their eyes or with their ears. It's just like beyond, right? So I want to talk to you, and I know I talked about this before. This spring, everyone's going to be very convicted, and it's starting now, so we're already in it. Actually, the Leo full moon, we talked about this in February, but Venus was still, and then, so basically, I want to kind of bring you guys around back to Hitler, because when Hitler first tried to take over, it didn't work. The Germans arrested him and he went to German prison. And because Hitler had this persecution complex, and this can be Pisces energy too. So I want you guys to be so careful, because everyone's going to be in their own bubble. Everyone kind of already is, but it's going to get stronger. So he goes to prison and he's a victim, okay? Oh, I tried to take over the world and it didn't work. Oh, poor me, poor me. So he sits there in prison just thinking and thinking about how he's a victim, and thinking about his persecutors, and this energy just intensifies. And by the time he gets out, he's already written Mein Kampf, which is my struggle in German. And he wrote a whole book about it. He wrote a whole book about victimized feelings, and it's like he gets out and he's just set on blaming the Jewish people. Does a lot of damage. We know what happens after that. So if people are in their own worlds and they are choosing you to be their persecutor, nothing will change their mind. I just want you to win and succeed and not fall into any kind of traps with people. So you can create heaven on earth with this Pisces energy. And I know I'm getting it like super wah, wah, wah in the very beginning of this video, but I'm like Capricorn. That's what you guys come to me for. You guys come to me for the real like support. So just keep that in mind. So how are things already going? What are the stories that you're already hearing? What are people's mentality already like? Because it should be mutable energy, where if somebody wants to try and like forgive, if they want to try and believe, if they want to try and change this energy or understand something, this would help. But if people are resistant to that, go do your own thing. Find a new thing, because it's like if you want someone to stop smoking and you just like really, it's your spouse, it's someone, your roommate, it's your relative, your family member. It's not really that, and it's not worth fighting about, because it's really just you wanting to overcome something, wanting to overcome some kind of, some kind of addiction or something that you feel has power over you, but it bothers you to see that in somebody else. So, okay. That's the prologue. If anyone's still here, downloads. Honestly, I saw Mount Vesuvius, and I feel like that's like a very personal download. And I'm also seeing the Appalachian Trail, which is hilarious because I hiked the Appalachian Trail. I mean, I didn't, not the whole thing. I didn't hike the whole thing. And I just feel so, like, whenever I think about it, I just feel so guilty because I hiked like the first little part, and I just felt so bad. Like you're supposed to like ration your Snicker bars, you know, and I just like ate all of them. Anyway, sorry, I don't mean to like digress. Okay, let's do it. Okay. Monday, April the 4th. This is serious. Oh, I didn't put it in the times. Okay. Well, Monday is called This is Serious. The moon is in Taurus, which is very nice. Okay, that's nice. Having sun in Aries, moon in Taurus, like that's good for both of the luminaries. So you're feeling more connected to the action plan. Taurus moon has 6 aspects. The only thing is that, like, that's why I said go slow in the beginning of the video, because it's like you're going to be feeling the pressure and the motivation, and they're going to be like both the same. And so, like, you know, do your meditations, do your thing. Grounding is a big deal. Okay. Yeah, the moon's doing everything today. The Taurus moon making 6 aspects before going void and then going to enter Gemini. So overall, you're fighting against some kind of invisible force that could keep you from enjoying, you know, what you have, where you are. It's because of the motivation and the pressure, because like the want is just like the craving is, it's like all pressure cooker. So Mars conjunct Saturn in Aquarius. Oh yeah, I should keep it personal. I'm going to keep it personal, like for the individual, because Mars Saturn. All right, so the ruler of the new moon, Mars, meets with Saturn in Aquarius. So this is saying to me that you can totally build your future brick by brick. It's the weekend after this big gazimi, so you have all the information. You have all of the inspiration, and you have all of the lessons of Venus having gone through back-to-back Saturn signs, hard retrograde over the holidays, like, so this is all conjuncting, you know, starting this new beginning with Chiron. So the fact that Mars and Saturn are meeting up, it's a lot of very, if you do it slow and if you do it full of integrity, if you do everything the right way, rewards, structure to your passions. And it's, I think I wrote it in my Artegan Daily Bulletin, like if you dot your I's and cross your T's, you get like, you know, so do it slow, do it the right way, do it like very full of integrity and very individual. Like this Aquarian energy, like you have to honor your unique needs and your unique individual idealism first. And it just has to be very correct. That's all. So this is why your weekly has action plan in the title, because this is the energy that you have to use for structuring action. So both being planned now and being implemented now. So if things were planned before, they're being implemented now, and it's very organized, and it could have to do with a lot of people, masses. It could have to do with technology, the internet, the interweb, anything that is decentralized. So we could see those themes kind of playing out. Of course, it would, when they met at the 0th degree of Aquarius, it was lockdown, social distancing. So, okay. So the conscious, higher, faster vibration of this energy is to be very aware of all the different moving parts. Like if this decentralized thing is got all these little parts, that you're aware of all these different moving parts and you are responsible, you're taking the right correct action that is truly best. And this is like the really hard part, because it's like this backdrop of the Pisces pile up, which is like it's this whole month, and like it's just like trying to keep it all straight. Which isn't really the point with Pisces energy. Pisces is all about like bleed through and porous boundaries and just like losing yourself in la. So this is, I kind of like this. Mars Saturn groundedness, because it's giving structure with the inspiration. So with the Pisces inspiration, you have some kind of, so it's good. The unconscious, lower, denser vibration manifestation of this energy could be very frustrated plans, where that Mars in Aquarius thinks that they're going a million miles a minute, and then they boom crash into, you didn't dot your I's, you didn't cross your T's. Now the Virgo full moon brought us the reality of life, and we were met with the reality of our situations, and we could choose a different path for ourselves. We can choose a different destiny, or we save a destiny for another lifetime. So depending on how you were feeling about everything, and then this Cazimi brought in a lot of information from the end of January. So, you'll know how this is feeling. So if that's the case, if you're running into any kind of roadblocks or heavy feelings of responsibility and burden, it's just slowing you down to make sure you do it right. It's just slowing you down just enough to make sure that everything is being done the right way, the correct way, and the way that you'll be happy. You'll be happy, okay? You will. Like, it's a delay. It's not a denial. That's the thing with Saturn. I'm ruled by Saturn. Like, I'm a very Saturnian person. So I just take it from me. Just do it the right way. Just do it the right way. Just do it the right way. And it'll be better in the long run. It'll maybe take a little bit longer, but it'll be better for everybody. But this can also be like a shutting down. So this is why mental health is so important. Take care of your mental health. Take care of your grounding rituals and routines. Take care of your physical body. Take care of your hydration, your diet, your sleep. Take care of the basic mechanics of the physical body. If the physical body is having needs and wants, whatever it happens to be, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, like, it's very, 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 very important. Take responsibility for that. Because otherwise you won't have that perspective to act and make decisions. And this action plan moving forward, this is pretty malefic. Like, malefic, okay, Mars and Saturn, like, this can be pretty evil. So there's that. It's an integrity check. And honestly, in Aquarius, you've got to check in with yourself first. You've got to check in with your inner integrity first to make sure that everything that's happening in your life is respecting your individuality or your process of individuation. And if it's not, you've got to take responsibility for correcting that. Because Saturn is just going to victimize you. Saturn always makes us feel like we're victims. It's like, God, it's like you get up and it pushes you back down. You get up, it pushes you back down. You start to put your foot on the ground to get back up, it pushes you back down. And you just feel like that's life. Like, you feel like life just keeps pushing you back down when you try to like reach up. And it's like this is supposed to build spiritual strength, mental strength, and you're supposed to figure out something else. Like, okay, am I going to roll around? Am I going to crawl around? Am I going to kick their legs so that they fall down? Am I going to roll away and get, like, how am I going to get up? Because I can't get up going on my hands and knees. They're going to kick me in the stomach. They're going to hit my face. They're going to, Saturn, talking about Saturn here. So, but like analogizing Saturn to life, if anyone hasn't figured that. Okay, so that's what Saturn's doing. That's what Saturn does. And at 22 degrees of Aquarius, it's like the last, oh, I keep forgetting to check in with my Saturn returners. Sorry, guys. Okay. We'll do another Saturn salon. But the last little decan or decan, tomato of Aquarius, like, I'm telling you, remember, we talked about this already. Tribes, groups, families, work situations, companies, corporations, friend groups, business alliances, colleagues, they're all breaking up, breaking apart, and new ones are forming, and new little factions are forming, or they're getting super strengthened. And, that's just, so if anything, there might be something happening on the world stage that greatly divides people further, just like it's been the past few years. So seeing where you stand as an individual and seeing where everybody else stands as an individual, and respectfully disagreeing, respectfully parting ways, whatever happens to be, do it with integrity, do it with respect, and, then just separate, or come together. This can be a very, very nice, strengthening, collaborative group energy that does come together and mobilize together, but maybe for a little bit of a selfish or malefic or violent type of purpose. Or it doesn't have to be violent. It's like in your personal life, it probably will not be violent. And this will probably be that you're at least mentally getting that action plan together. So this is cool. It's pretty. I like the energy. I'm liking it, but very much going slow. Slow and steady wins the race. To do it right, the right way. That's because it has to stand the test of time. So anything that does get kicked back, anything that does feel like a setback, it's a delay. It's not a denial, because it has to last. So you're mentally planning what's next on Monday. If you're not, it's okay. So if the Virgo full moon and you're like, oh my God, my reality sucks, there's so much I want to change, I don't know how, or I'm too scared, or I can't do it, whatever it is, even if you're not putting like this master plan together now, it's okay. This will probably be more of knowing what's not working, what changes need to take place, or the areas that are not working, or what needs your attention more. So don't, judge yourself about that. Okay. That's Monday. Tuesday, April the 5th. I'm calling deep dive in the feels. Okay. So on Tuesday, Venus enters Pisces. Piscuses, you guys are definitely giving us all a lot of great feeling, but also maybe a lot of delusional feelings. So again, Venus entering Pisces, this is part of the, oh, you guys, did you? What? All right, never mind. I was wondering if you guys saw this. The Venus entering Pisces, it's hope, it's love, it's kumbaya, it's creativity, it's true love, forgiveness, self-sacrificial, vulnerable. It's porous boundaries. And the thing about the softening of the boundaries and the porosity is it's not that you're connecting with people. And this is important for psychic ability, to talk about psychic ability and to talk about mental health. This is not connecting with another person. This, if you love if this is like love, let's just take that as an example with this Pisces energy. It's you as a separate individual person. Somebody else is a separate individual person. This is not you connecting with them. This is you actually feel what they feel. You both feel the same feeling in two separate bodies. This is emerging. This is like when two become one, like from the Spice Girl song. It's very, and with psychic ability, that's when I say I can feel other people's feelings and thoughts in my physical body. No boundary there. With mental health, a lower expression of psychic ability being poor mental health. Let me give you a personal example. So, I I didn't go too far with this, but when I was a teenager, I did wonder if like they, they, or like the government or agencies or someone, I did wonder if they were spying on my thoughts. Let me explain. The reason why is because I would get this inspiration, like I'd get these ideas and I would see these things and I would feel these things and like all this stuff, and then I would see them like in life. I would see the show, I would see the, and it got really, and it freaked me out because it would be the same character with the way they would look and the character name, and then I would see it on the side of a bus. It was just a whole thing. And one of the most recent times it happened was I was at Target and I was just like getting something, and I stopped and I went back to look in an aisle, and the animal crackers box were sitting there. I don't even eat animal crackers. Like I like that they're gimmicky with the little string and and I just stared at this box for a really long time, and I didn't know why, but it was something about these animals and like the whole design, like it would, and I wanted to buy it, and I didn't want it to eat. I wanted to buy it to save, and I didn't know why. And it was days later, not even a whole week later, that they came out with the animals are no longer behind those bars, and they totally redesigned the entire packaging. And moments like that, it wasn't that they were reading my mind. I was tuning into the Zeitgeist. I was tuning into the hive mind, because we're all connected. We all have psychic ability. So the paranoia is the lower expression of the poor mental health, and it weakens the mind, and it's like, okay, so there's the difference. There's me tuning into these things. That's the psychic ability. But the paranoia that could have gotten worse and that could have started on it, that's mental health. Okay? Okay. Like to my skeptics, I'll say, you think I'm either crazy, mentally ill, or lying. I want you to think that I'm crazy, mentally ill. You need to know that I believe everything I'm saying 110%. So just write me off as a Looney Tune, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and never think about me ever again. So this Pisces energy, everybody, you create your heaven on earth. You live in your, psychic ability. Do not try to convince anyone else. Do not try to save anyone else. If someone's dead set on being your victim, you have to get away from them as fast as possible. They're gonna hurt you. They're going to like hurt themselves. It's like gonna be this train going to another train. So I hope I illustrated a good example of high vibration of this energy, psychic ability, and then low vibration of this energy, which can be mental illness and poor mental health. Because I started seeing it like it was a lot. Like I was like 14, and you feel like something is fucking with you. You feel like you're being trolled by the fucking universe. Like seeing some very specific things. And I'm thinking I'm getting these ideas. I'm thinking I'm being creative. I'm thinking that I'm originating this idea. Seeing it on the side of a bus or on a big billboard. Okay, so, but it wasn't. I was connecting to the people that created it, or you know what I'm saying? So, okay. Venus moving into Pisces is going to give you feeling from. Think from, not of. You know how I say that? Think from, not of. That's porous boundaries where you totally just merge with this thing. So the feelings that you're feeling are from. You're not thinking of something. You're thinking from something. So people are going to be lower vibration. They're thinking from this perspective that, whatever, life sucks. I'm a victim. I'm a martyr. I can't change. I'm suffering, and I want my suffering to mean something. And I am not empowering myself to change my position. I am resigned to the fact that nothing ever changes. Nothing can ever change. I'm stuck here. and I'm doing it for somebody else. Okay, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Risings, let's be real. Y'all like to suffer for someone or something else when no one asked you to. No one asked. No. Okay. So, I mean, I wish I could just talk about like the great Venus in Pisces, where it's like filmmaking and glamour and the best movies ever and true love and kumbaya, you know, but like I am not getting guided to just do that. I gotta send you guys out there, like, you know, because people are going to be very convicted this right now, like, and coming up. So consciously, higher vibration, faster vibration manifestation is spiritual love overcoming everything, because love is the only truth. So you can think from love, you can feel from love, spiritual love, even for anything and everything, spiritual love, even if it's not romantic love, even if it's not, that's how you can have compassion and forgiveness for the situations, for the other people, for everyone, for everything, for yourself, okay? The lower vibration, the denser, unconscious manifestation of this energy, misguided by lies. The lies you tell yourself, the lies you tell other people, the lies other people are telling you, it's deceit. The devil always lies. Evil is a lie. Evil lies and convinces us of shit that's not even fucking true. So let's take an example. Let's say, okay, I'm 14, I had a hard day because I can't concentrate at school, I can't do anything because I'm tweaking out, I'm really scared. Fear lowers the vibration. Paranoia lowers the vibration. Anger, hostility, pressure lowers your vibration. All these things lower your vibration. Now maybe I'm sitting there at school and someone has an alcoholic dad or an alcoholic mom, and they come to school with like a bunch of entities, and the entities latch onto me because my vibration's lower, my defenses are lower, and I don't know how to protect myself. I don't know anything about anything. I'm just out there in the world, all alone, you know, and then this entity is like feeding off of my fear, and it's increasing my paranoia because it's a vampiric thing. It's feeding off of me. It's in another dimension, whatever's going on. And then it gets worse. Then I get more paranoid. Then I get more fearful. Then I start thinking up ideas about maybe people in my life. Then I start thinking that people are out to get me, and I start projecting more onto more people, and it just snowballs. So mental health issues will do that. They will snowball. And any energy, not just like mental energies. And I've talked about that in the mental health video that we did. But also emotional energies that get really stuck, trauma that gets stored in the body, all this stuff. So believing in a lie through cognitive dissonance, through weakness, through ignorance, through willful ignorance, is the misguidance. So I'm so sorry to bring it down, but I mean, I just want you to be prepared, because people are going to be pushing it very convictedly, and I don't want you to give all your power away and believe them just because they believe what they're saying. If they believe that you're this horrible, if you're the persecutor and they believe that, I don't want you to doubt yourself and sacrifice your needs, your feelings, your convictions, your truths, your spiritual, divine guidance. Because it's like, what's that story about being in the loony bin in the mental institution and someone saying like, I can talk to God, or God told me to do this, and then the other guy stands up in the room and says, no, I didn't. You know, it's like everyone's going to be totally convinced that they're channeling and they're getting down. Okay, so don't be fighting with people about downloads or whatever, you know? Okay. spiritual acceptance of upcoming life changes is what I'm also getting from this Venus entering Pisces. So you're feeling from, not of. So if you're pining for something, that's a misuse of this energy. You don't want that sacrificial energy to be part of this, because that's something that can kind of, all of this can get we can really lose the plot here. And you want to use this energy to feel the plot, to feel the action plan, to feel the truth, to feel the honesty, love, truth, integrity. Okay? Okay. Man, this is such a, I feel very, the Chiron cringe is what I'm calling it. Like, you just feel that Chiron cringe, you just push right on through it. Wednesday. Oh, April 6th, I'm calling a wee bit carried away. The moon's in Gemini. It's a very lunar day. There's 5 aspects. So the moon's like, now here's the thing. So now listen, Venus is going to feel amazing. Okay, like I'm warning you about like all this stuff, but like Venus is going to be fucking high the entire time. Okay, it's like a long day of, I don't know, having to be really heady and present and correct line by line or typing or something. And then you clock out and then you just like blaze up in the parking lot, or you just like, you know, that's Venus going from back to back Saturn ruled signs into freaking Venus and Pisces, where they're freaking exalted. You just worked a double back to back shift, having to be super heady, maybe deal with, you know, in retail, maybe you're dealing with a lot of people, you're doing a lot of returns, you're stocking, you're cleaning, you're organizing people and like all this stuff. Then you get to your car and you blaze up a bowl after work, and you just, that's a horrible thing to say. I do not condone or advocate driving under any kind of influence, just saying. But this is what it's like, where it's like, you're just like, oh, give it to me, you know? You're just, everyone's ready to feel good. So whatever this is, you know, it's like, so, okay, I got the hard part out of the way, the warnings. Now, let yourself go. Let yourself know what feels good and be from that feeling. Your body should be like fucking tingling the moment Venus enters Pisces, okay? Like seriously, you are just like, it's easier to be happy. It's easier to feel good. It should be. It should be. Moon in Gemini, lunar day. That's what I already said. Oh, so you're taking in information. So the moon in Gemini is, even if you've decided on an action plan, like on Monday, like, okay, so there's strategy and there's tactics. It's like Monday with Mars and Saturn, you get this strategy together. You get what you're going to do. This is what I'm going to do. And then Tuesday, when the moon, you know, the next 2.5 days when the moon's in Gemini, then it's the tactics. How am I going to do this? This is what I'm going to do. Strategy, tactics, how I'm going to do it. You know, that Gemini energy is very clever. Very clever. So it's, the only thing is that it's like real jittery. I'm getting like real giggly energy, like really excited. Very excited for change. So ground yourself is what I'm going to say. Ground yourself on, what's that, Wednesday? Yeah. So just try to ground yourself, because you're already going to be very heady. You're already going to be super excited. You're already, and actually, when the moon enters Gemini, they're going to make a square to the Venus energy. Yeah, lunar day, 5 aspects. So like an inception, when someone's being super judgy about the people that just get high and sleep and dream and control and lucid, basically just lucid dream all day, every day. And he's like, who would want to be in a dream for 45 years? Depends on the dream. It's your Venus in Pisces. Oh, Thursday. Thursday, April 7th. Okay, so Thursday you are committing to the plan. The moon in Cancer. Cancer? I guess the moon's been in Pisces for a couple. Oh, yeah. Okay, so end of day Monday until about Wednesday night to Thursday morning, moon's going to be in Gemini. So now that the moon's in now that the moon's in Cancer, trining this Venus in Pisces after squaring it in Gemini. A lot happens Wednesday mentally. You might be talking a lot, strategizing a lot. So, sorry. Okay. Thursday, April 7th, you are committing to the plan. The moon in Cancer trines Venus in Pisces. Emotionally, as if we need more of this, right? Emotionally, you're tuning into the action plan to make sure that it's right for you. This is like your emotional calibration of tweaking it. Your heart, I feel, will be honest with you if you can accept it. So it's like the cognitive dissonance, how my cognitive dissonance protected me up until last night of thinking about the Mercury square Pluto. I would have been talking about it for weeks by now. I would have been talking about this Mercury square Pluto, and my cognitive dissonance totally just until last night. And now I'm like, shit. Oh my God. So anyway, so if you can accept it, and that's the thing, like if this Pisces pile, if people are just like, I talk about this in all of the monthlies for all 12 zodiac signs, all 3 lunations, all of the aspects for all 3 lunations from your perspective. So if you're having at any point difficulty discerning or seeing straight, the monthly could help, or booking a session with me can help, and I'll take a look at your chart and we'll do like a natal thing. I need your birth time. So back to Thursday, Mercury in Aries, sextile Saturn in Aquarius. Because going through like everyone's judgment's going to be like, so it's going to take a lot of mental strength and a lot of good perception and like seriously good perspective to make the right plan and to act the right way. Okay, so what was I saying? Oh, highly informed, motivated from an even more honest place, Chiron perspective with the Mercury in Aries, sextiling Saturn in Aquarius. You're mentally tweaking and committing to different parts of the business plan or whatever your plan is. You know, this would be great putting together a business. I love that for not just business, but also community, also what you're doing with your people. So if it's your family, if it's your tribe, if it's your company, if it's your business, if it's your, what you're collecting. I'm getting kind of like an eclectic collection with this Aquarius energy. And with the Mercury in Aries, sextiling Saturn in Aquarius, I feel like you're very excited to elevate your life because that's the Uranian energy in Taurus. That's also the North Node in Taurus. Like overall, like it's about elevating life, elevating your vibration. Really quick, what does it mean to elevate? What does that mean? What does it mean to raise your vibration? So when you watch a movie when you're a child, I don't know if you guys saw a lot of like grown-up movies when you were a kid. I did. And there's certain things you understand, but a lot of it you don't understand. So that's a level of vibration. And there's a movie. When you're an adult and you watch the same movie and you understand more, you're watching that movie from an elevated, a higher vibration, because that's awareness. Now you are more aware, you're more conscious of, you can understand more. Life is like that. It never stops being like that. So as adults, there's just more things that you become aware of, but it shouldn't stop when I don't want to riff on how I don't believe in school and the indoctrination and the fucking racket, because I think it's a racket, but what it's doing is it's conditioning you in a mentality that stunts your growth and hardens your perspective and makes you super judgy, and it's just like a whole thing. So, I mean, I'm not antagonizing anyone that likes school. I'm just saying that, like, think for yourself. There's a way to think for yourself going to school. I'm not saying that there's not. And I know a lot of schools and a lot of teachers encourage you to think for yourself. I'm just saying. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Mercury and Mercury and Aries. Oh, that was it. So that's basically it. So that's it. Oh, where'd my pen go? Okay. This is a short week this week. You guys gonna be excited. Friday. We're on Friday. Execute. April 8th. Moon in Cancer sextiles Uranus and Taurus. Take the action. Use the Uranian energy to jump into a higher vibration, a higher quality, because Taurus cares about quality. So when I say execute and I say take the action, it doesn't have to be some big thing. Just like do one thing or start. Just start. You can just start the action plan. You start. Or if the Mars-Saturn on Monday was like, whoa, this is not working, or something on the weekend showed you, oh my God, this is not working, or oh my God, I can't behave like this, I can't think like this, I can't work like this, I can't live like this. It's like you might know what's wrong or what you need to change, and by Friday you might be ready to put that plan together, or to, really get it all pretty, make it like a little flow chart for yourself or something. So, but for everyone else, execute on Friday. It's going to be good. Mercury in Aries. Did I have it right? Sextiles Mars in Aquarius. Okay, this can be... I don't crack my body. Mercury in Aries, sextiles Mars in Aquarius. This can be a fated opportunity that kind of comes up for you. And if it does, it's really exciting. It's really interesting. It's kind of sexy. This is like sapiosexual sexy. This is like very attractive. Something's piqued your interest. You're really hyped up. There's a lot of clarity. There's a lot of first step excitement. And here's the thing. Aries, Mars in Aquarius is like that first step excitement, and Saturn in Aquarius is like the long-term excitement, the long-term success of the thing, to make it go the distance. So the fact that they're meeting this week is really positive. Also, throughout this entire week, Mars squares the nodes. So you're challenged to take an action, to take the right action. So listen, that South Node in Scorpio is going to pull at you and want to go to, this is like in that example I gave you, that would be like, if that day Mars were squaring the nodes and it was South Node in Scorpio, I would be pulled into the paranoia. I would be thinking about things trying to get me or something like that. So think about that this week and see how people are acting around you. See how people are talking. See where they're coming from. And really put yourself in their position. It'll be easier with this porous boundary Piscean energy. And if that does not resonate with you, or if you see that they are delusional, if you see that they are not seeing things clearly, don't try to change them. Like, if they're not asking you your advice, if they're not asking you what you think, if they're not asking you to help them see their blind spot, say a prayer for them. Best of luck. You are in the hands of God now. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't take responsibility for someone else's spiritual evolution or someone else's clarity, someone else's, like, whatever. Okay, so Mars squaring the nodes this whole week. People are going to be drawn into, the temptation for people will be to try to control someone else's energy, like the smoking analogy. They will try to feel better and feel more secure and take action that is way over wrapped up into somebody else's energy, crossing financial boundaries, crossing physical boundaries, crossing emotional boundaries. And It's not right. It's just not right. Trying to control somebody else's energy. This week, you want to feel the motivation or the pressure or the excitement to take that square and go North Node in Taurus, which is to believe in yourself, your own skills, talents, and abilities, your own capability, your own self-esteem, your own thing, your own little farm, your own little grow that. It's about growth and kind of like accumulation, where Scorpio, it's like, let me just bully you and take what you've made for yourself and just like take that as like my own. So Taurus is more creating your own thing, creating more of your own. Like, fine, take it, whatever you want. I can create, there's 10 more where that came from. Having that faith in yourself that there will always be enough, instead of holding, or taking from someone else's power, taking from someone else's strength. That's why Scorpio, lower vibe Scorpio, never feels truly secure, because they know they're just manipulating the situation. They're manipulating people. And it's like the con artist waiting for the mark to understand they're being conned. There's that stress that they feel. It's only a matter of time before they find out. So, like, I can definitely see some malefic power play type stuff, especially with Mercury, Pluto. That's going to be ugly. It's not going to work, especially later in the month, because like by the end of the month, if things escalate from this week to the end of the month, that can cause some major wounding that just takes forever to heal, or takes forever to work on, or takes forever to, it'll be really stuck. The energy will get really like stuck in that pain. So you just disconnect from needing someone else's approval, needing someone else's love, needing someone else's anything. North Node in Taurus, like, what feels good to you? It's really what it's about. Okay. So, where are we? I think that was, okay, so that's right. We're on Saturday. Hold on. Saturday, April 9th. Highest in the chat is what I'm calling this day. Okay, so the moon in Cancer trines Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces. Guys, high. People are high. High on cloud nine, just feeling great, feeling good. Michael Bublé, feeling good. Moon in Cancer squares then Mercury in Aries. This is what I'm getting. I'm getting that someone, it's like getting really annoyed with someone when they interrupt your fantasizing. So if you're at work and a colleague is like asking you a question and you're like very impatient with them because you just want to fantasize about something because it feels good. It feels good to fantasize. It feels good to think from. That fantasizing is thinking from, not of. And you think a positive thought and you feel this flush in your chest, like this warmth wash over you. You relive a good memory and you just feel so good again. It's like that all is very real. So people are going to take that high vibration and they're going to use it to manifest before eclipse season. They're going to use it to change their attitude to the positive. They're going to use it to, even for those of you that are psychics and tarot readers and astrologers, you're going to use it to better connect with the other side, with the other realms, mediumship or telepathy or clairvoyance, clairaudience, claircognizance, all the clairs. So look in your life, because there's going to be people that are going to be abusing themselves through the misuse of their imagination, and they're going to be thinking about how you did them wrong 20 years ago, and they're going to be charging that memory up and charging what you did to them up, or charging up some idea that's not even valid, that's not even true, or jealousy, fears, revenge, bitterness, self-sacrificial, whatever the lie is, okay? Because love is the only truth. So whatever the lie is that is keeping them from feeling love and trust and truth and integrity is just gonna like, people are gonna just like little automatons or like on strings. Like The Godfather. The Godfather, you guys. Like since January, I've been super obsessed with The Godfather, and then it's like the whole, I didn't know it was like a whole anniversary thing. So it's just like things like, it's like things like that. Like just, so, but remember, we're all psychic. Like we're all connected to each other. So when you're psychic, you know more of that stuff. So, okay, where were we? We're in Saturday, highest in the chat. Moon and Cancer squares Mercury in Aries. Okay, that was it. That was all I had to say. Oh, I should have said this in the beginning, but we're having a podcast on Wednesdays and we're doing vlogs on Fridays now. That's a new vibe. That's about it. That's all I have to say. Sunday. Sunday, April 10th. Keep your eye on the prize. Mercury in Aries squares Pluto in Capricorn. I should have been talking about this for a long time, and it's just so funny. I know it was my cognitive. See, you need to be there. You want to be there where you know your blind spots, you know your cognitive dissonance, you know your all of that. And you still want to have good mirrors, because when you stop checking with yourself, that's when things get really bad. When you stop checking with yourself, that's when things get really bad. I repeat, when you stop checking yourself is when things get really bad. Your relationships suffer. Your work suffers. Everything suffers because there's problems that you're not seeing, that you're not dealing with. And there's no one that can fix that but you when you face it and take responsibility for it. And that's what Saturn is. But Saturn makes you feel like you're disempowered, and that's not the point. That's not the point. So if a Capricorn's being like this with you in your life, like or that Capricorn energy, that Saturn energy, they just want you to own the victory. They want you to take your power back and to be strong. So it's like, that's why Capricorn parents get things wrong a little bit sometimes, because we try to, it's like the tough love is supposed to make someone stand up for themselves and say, you know what? Fuck you. And it's like the Capricorn wants that. The Capricorn wants someone that's going to be like that, and because it's self-respect. And Capricorn rules integrity and self-respect. So let's just take the archetypes of Cancer and Capricorn. Let's say the Cancer energy, the other energy, is trying to be emotionally manipulative and manipulate the situation emotionally. Capricorn's going to go cold because that's a bunch of bullshit. So that anyone being like that emotional, manipulative energy, that it's like leaving and wanting to be followed. Emotional manipulation. Capricorn's like, well, if you like to stand up for your own energy and not need someone to follow you, not want someone to follow you. And you know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you're in any kind of manipulative dynamic, there's a pop with this Mercury-Pluto square. And anyone trying to be underhanded now, and especially mid-month, around the 16th, and especially the 30th, it's just going to blow up bad. Don't be manipulative. Just don't do it. And if you feel these feelings, watch my 10 things about Mercury square Pluto. I don't want to talk about it. I talked a lot about it already in that video. So when you feel the feelings come up, you're responsible for those feelings. You're responsible for alchemizing those feelings and turning them into something else. When you feel the paranoia come up, when the thought enters and you're looking at your mom and you get a paranoid thought, it's up to you to say, okay, it's up to you. It's up to us. We have to take responsibility for these things. So the hard part is when we've been maybe sick for a long time, mentally sick, or we've been, and these grooves are in the brain, by the way, like these neuronal pathways. But it's a lot. It's the energy going the same place, the same way, and it's like, oh, I can't. What are you talking about? You didn't even try. You didn't even give it a fair chance, and you didn't even try from a clean zero. You tried on a bunch of pressure from all your failures before. So reality is different and constantly changing. And this Mercury square Pluto, I feel, especially if people are getting out of toxic situations with their work, with their business, with their family, with their friends, even with them within their own selves. If people are used to you having bad boundaries, for instance, and you stand up for a boundary, you stand up for a time boundary. Gosh, I remember picking up my niece. It was hard. Her grandmother is a cancer, like a low vibe cancer, and it was so hard because the time boundaries. It's like she's always changing the time on me, and I'm like, oh my God, we're already downtown. I can't get, But there was no way I would have been able to advocate for a time boundary with that woman, like just unreasonable. Very, it was a victim. Everything's always about her. She would have taken it very personally, and I maybe would not have been able to see my niece. Luckily, an opportunity opened up. Her dad was really, really encouraging of my connection and my bond, my relationship with my niece. Respected time boundaries. Let me see her. Let me be with her. Let me play with her, talk to her, get to know her, and get to know what she's into, what her life is like. So that opened up and became a wonderful way for me to honor my boundaries, keep my boundaries, my time boundaries, and not conflict with the grandmother. No conflict. There was no way I was going to even... That's the guidance this week, you guys, is if you just step away. You step away and fate will open up another opportunity for you. That's a higher vibration. That's a better vibration, easier vibe. Entrainment, because two different vibrations, one has to entrain and go up, or the other one has to entrain and go down. Okay? So, Mercury square Pluto is hard for people because it's the ending of a perception. You thought something was one way? Nope. It's not what you thought. It's something totally different. And that is going to fuck people up. That's what I was saying. So so that's what actually happened. That's how my life actually played out. Just riffing, like just, what if land. If I did try to advocate for a time boundary and say, hey, listen, blah, 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 that would have been like a Mercury square Pluto. And I would have been Mercury in Aries, very honest, forthright, saying, hey, XYZ. She would have been Pluto. She would have been Pluto in Capricorn, just immediately taking it. And it's a square, so it's not news or conversation that's received easily or received well or received kindly or received with any generosity or forgiveness or grace. So then it's immediately a power struggle because she's making it a power struggle. I'm here trying to get a boundary, trying to advocate for my time boundary, my whatever boundary, or a need, a personal need. If it's you in your life, I need this, we need this relationship needs this. The other side, immediately turning it into a power play, immediately turning it into some kind of, but they're just projecting. Do you see where, I think I finally got like the missing piece for this whole thing. Do you see where they're coming from? That Plutonian persecution complex, that's where they're coming from. That's why it's not worth it. That's why Michael Corleone's a fucking genius. It's not, you're just like you're spinning your wheels, wasting your breath, trying to change that situation or change that person. It's hard. It's a hard spot. This is like, by Sunday, and this is going to build up. So the end of a perception, you know, people are not going to like to hear it. People don't want to hear it. They just want to get what they want. They want to manipulate to get what they want, instead of just trusting that aligning with situations and people that are of love, truth, and integrity is always going to work out. They know, they try to, the ego, the cognitive dissonance, everything, they try to control and mold everything to fit the way they think it should. So also, for my psychics out there, Mercury Pluto squares, it's always a PK pop for me. One of my students came up with that. A psychokinesis student of mine came up with the PK pop, where it's just like, it's not like a poltergeist or anything. It's like when shit moves around. There were 3 last time. It was so freaky because one was my my cord. It was weird. So anyway, but it's like a PK pop where like your psychic ability could just pop off. Like you might see something, hear something, have a crazy dream, shit moves around, you know, something. Mercury enters Taurus, there's no going back. Oh yeah, Mercury enters Taurus at the same time. So there's no going back. There's no going back. So because there's no going back, it's like you shut down the conversation. You change the conversation. You just talk about something totally different. You just like, there's no, it's like Mercury and Aries squares Pluto and Capricorn and then just like dips. And Taurus energy is like, it's fixed energy. There's no budging that shit, okay? I was with a Taurus for 6 years. You just go right around. Find something else to do. If they don't want to go, if they don't want to do it, it's like, you got some free time on your hands then, you know, they're not going to do it. You just got to do it, you know? So Mercury in Taurus, slow, methodical, deliberate, communication and thinking. And that's good because it slows down the thinking a little bit. I feel like it can be very romantic, ruled by Venus. Venus is super strong, the happiest that they're going to be in Pisces. So that Mercury and Taurus is going to feel good. There might even be like physical sensations, like something physically feels so good. Moon in Leo squares Uranus and Taurus. Choose your heart over the pride. You cannot have love and ego in the same space. It's one or the other. Okay? And that is the week. That is the week. Tarot. Let's take a look at the tarot. Let me jump over here to see. Aw, hey everybody. I haven't seen the chat because I have my whatchamacall up and everything. Okay. Okay. Hopefully this wasn't too much. So I did try to eat like a hobbit for a day and it just totally fucked up my stomach. It was amazing, but it was not worth the price the next day. But I kept the alarms and they're really great for just like breaks and stuff and just remembering to eat or go to the bathroom or something. There's first breakfast, second breakfast, 11 Z's, lunch and afternoon tea, dinner and supper. There's a lot. There's a lot. I guess I can sit up a little bit more. Okay. Let's take a look what's going on. I am seeing, I think that was just for someone last week in a weekly, Virgo weekly last week. I think that's what that was for. Okay. We won't do the same format. We're going to do it a little bit different. Congratulations. This eyebrow came out so crazy today, you guys. Slow down. Sorry. Okay. I really am like the Joan Crawford eyebrow girl. So no wire hangers. Okay. So the wheel of fortune. Yeah, if anyone knows where to get the Russian bells, it's like a whole thing. It's like kind of, I've been wanting it since before the war. Let me know and I'll put it on my Amazon. Okay. So things change. We know this. This is your confirmation. Oh, okay. So I'm getting the airplane sometimes. Okay, so you're looking out of an airplane or you're looking out of a window and you just see it all. You see it all opening up, and see how everyone has a little book here. Everyone is reading about themselves. Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, Taurus. Self-knowledge, self-awareness is how you stay at the top of the wheel no matter what. The Sphinx has the riddle about yourself. And if you know about yourself, if you can answer the riddle, you get to go up. The whole point of the Wheel of Fortune is to maintain your equanimity and your equilibrium no matter when life is on the up or when it's descending. If you can do that, oh, sorry, I'm not like trying to, this is just a lot of change, man. Deep, permanent, irreversible changes are upon you this week. It can never be the same. It's never going to be the same ever again. There's no begging, there's no pleading, there's no negotiating, there's no going back. Pluto also wants to give you endings so that you can have beginnings. You got to maintain. This is like that I'm telling you guys, this Pisces pileup is like a fucking drug. Oh, be careful about that, because I forgot to mention that. So the lower vibration, the slower, denser, unconscious vibration manifestation of Pisces energy and Neptune energy, drugs, alcohol, abuse, overdose, addictions. I even got concerned. I got like high on accident. I had my cheap allergy medication that I took. The cheap one. I got like a big bottle of like allergy medication, and that happened to me one time when I just like took it and I just started to feel different. And I'm like, why do I feel like this? It's diphenhydramine in that freaking stuff. So like, be really, really careful. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Oh, there's even more. Okay. Page of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, and the Fool. This actually feels pretty good. Okay. Six of Cups, Two of Swords, Nine of Swords, the bottom of the deck. You are worried about the past, or there's some kind of blockage, or you might be worried about children in your life. Maybe not your own if you don't have children, though. There's some kind of mental block about it, or about the past. Or vacation. Worried about vacation, or worried about going away, or worried about or some of you may be dealing with your day-to-day pressures and mental fears with a fantasy. This is like work. You're worried about losing your job, or you're worried about losing your position at work, so you actually are fantasizing about vacation that you have coming up. It's kind of interesting. Okay, Wheel of Fortune. Tell me about the astral energy of this Wheel of Fortune. Damn. Ten of Swords. Ooh. Ten of Swords, Page of Pentacles, Temperance, and the Emperor. Damn. Okay, so you're learning something new. There's a new piece of information, or you have the missing piece of information. You take the first, like, log, or, you know, something, some little truth. This little page of Pentacles is literally just the best, because they start learning from the ground up, and they use their honesty and their integrity and their commitment to the truth to make their way in the world. And they do it the right way, and they become the King of Pentacles. So, I mean, that's how you want to start. Or that could be, there could be something major. There's two more major arcana to clarify. So something is kind of bigger than you. And I don't mean it in the AA way, where it's like, oh yeah, let's just surrender to this victim mentality that we don't have the power to control our minds and to control ourselves. It's not that. Actually, this is sobriety. So there's something, I'm getting the perception is over with this Ten of Swords. This could even be like an argument, or like mean things that people say to each other or something. That could be healed. That could be put into some perspective or some balance. But somebody makes an executive decision here with the Emperor. But I feel like it's very balanced. I feel like it's a very balanced decision, and it affects you in some way, shape, or form. Or you are the Emperor affecting someone. What's this death energy? Oh, man. I'm actually getting sexual repression with this. But this can just be like an emotional, wherever. Okay, so the higher astral energy of this is emotional rejection. Eating like a hobbit. I am going to continue eating like a hobbit. I'm just going to change the meals, and I'm just going to change some things around. And I'm going to be like Cher from Mermaids, where she only eats like finger foods, and she only eats like little fun little appetizers or something. Okay. So the astral energy of this huge, massive change and upheaval is because of a rejection, is because of something is just like not there or not good enough. And this doesn't have to be like, I don't want you guys to think this is bad, because things have to end in order to begin something that you're going to really love and enjoy and be proud of. So universe is doing it, whether you are like thinking that you're ready for it or not. Emotionally, in the astral, you are ready for it. It's happening there first, and then it's going to happen physically. This is like knowing that you need to change your job, and just not bringing yourself to quit or to, you know, and then you get fired, and then you're like totally torn up about it. Or not accepting a breakup when someone's breaking up with you. You know that it's like dead. Maybe your vagina just like dies, and you just can't, like, it's turned off. It's just deceased. It's dearly departed. It's just, and you're like, yeah. And then they break up with you, or then you break up with them, or, you know, something's just, yeah, it's just, okay, let's move on. I think you get it. Okay, Page of Cups, Five of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, and the Fool. Be proud of yourself. She's showing me batteries and movies. Okay, so this is kind of the example I explained about watching a movie at a lower level of consciousness and then watching the same movie at a higher level of consciousness and understanding more of it. That's life. So we're always living our own life like we're in the movie, and we're always seeing it in one level of consciousness until there's an energy shift. Every single day is meaningful. Every single day, every single moment counts, because we're constantly in that struggle between ignorance and illumination. So when you know you're in the struggle, I knew I was struggling, okay, when I was like seeing shit, thinking that the universe was fucking trolling me or that the government was fucking with me. Like, I knew I was dealing with something. Did I talk about it with anyone? No. Okay, no. Send me to the fucking loony bin. Are you kidding me? No. No. You don't tell people that you hear voice. Okay, it's like, I mean, maybe now you do, but like, I don't know. Back then, back in my day, no. But I made it. And now I have so much mastery over my skills, over my psychic abilities, with precision, with such accuracy. Guys, you guys get your Zoom recordings back after we have our session. So accuracy isn't even, it's not even a thing anymore because you're right there. We're talking about it like in the moment. So it's like, you know, I can say something and you know immediately what I'm talking about. And you're like, oh my God. And then you know what I'm saying? And then, so it's just, there's this, I'm just saying, like, there's like a massive shift in perspective this week. Life is showing you shit that, like, it's just, you can't ignore it. You cannot miss it. You will not miss it. What life is showing you. And you are ready for that makeover, do-over, start over. You're ready to begin something entirely new. That's so weird. So I am getting children. This is like, okay, your kids are playing with toys and they run out of batteries. And you're looking at your kid and you're like, you know what? I had a horribly, maybe you got fired that day and you didn't tell them or anything yet. You got a horrible day and you're like, you know what? And they're like bawling their freaking eyes out. They're just like tearing up life because of the new toy ran out of batteries. And it's close and it's like in the evening already. And you're like, you know what? The only other batteries I have are like my fucking vibrator, and I'm not gonna let these kids have my vibrator batteries. You know, you're like, you gotta tell them like, oh, okay, we're gonna go to the store tomorrow to get batteries for your toys, okay? And they're like tweaking out. They're just throwing a fit because that's just what they do. And you're gonna hold it. You're gonna hold your line and say, you know what, Mama needs the vibrator batteries tonight. And you know what? Let's put you to bed right now. The sooner you go to sleep, the sooner we'll wake up and we'll go get your batteries for your toys. So why don't we go to bed right now? Motherhood, right? So it's like you kind of gotta do that in the situation somehow. That's like, I'm just the messenger. You got to tell your kids or something in your life that may be having a fit this week, like, I need these batteries. Not running out in the middle of the night to go get batteries. I'm a single mom. I got security issues, safety issues to work out. We cannot do this. You got to go to bed right now. Go to sleep. Go to bed. I'm sorry. This is just a funny message. This is just funny. And they're heartbroken. And they just don't understand why their little Furbies can't work or little robo dog, whatever. They're just like, and you're just like, oh, you're going to sleep good tonight. All that crying, you're going to sleep good tonight. But that's honestly going to help alleviate. Look at all these mental cards. All the mental cards that you got this week, you guys, are just the most painful. The Ten of Swords, the Nine of Swords, the Two of Swords, the Three of Swords. So this is mentally the most difficult. And I'm kind of glad that we started talking about mental health, because that's looking very painful. Emotionally, it looks pretty great. There's some new thing happening. You gotta protect it, nurture it, care for it. It's not hurting them that you save your batteries for your vibrator for one night. It's okay for them to not get what they want immediately. You know? They can wait overnight. Go read a book. You know what people used to do to entertain their families? They used to sing. I'm such a Capricorn person. Why don't you go sing a song? Create a new song for yourself. Do you know how many games I just made up out of nowhere with my sister growing up? I'm the older sister. I'm like 3.5 years older than her. You know how many games I just pulled out of my ass growing up that were so much fucking fun, that didn't require any money or toys or technology or fucking iPads or Oculuses? All right? Okay. I'm just saying. I mean, there's rhyming games, there's singing games, there's memory games, there's psychic games, there's like rhyming games. Like, there's so many fucking games to play with that you don't need these batteries. That's where you need to do. That's where you got to change this whole mentality. Because if y'all are gonna focus on what you're not getting, what's bad, what hurts, what the batteries, the robo dog, yeah, they're gonna just, their whole world's gonna crumble. You gotta focus. You gotta pull this stress away. Pull the stress away and this is a divine feminine energy, what I'm describing. That's how you alchemize. This is an example of alchemizing the situation. Pulling their little focuses off them damn batteries. Okay, hide the toys, put it up in the fucking cabinet. And refocus about going to bed. And if they're not going to go to bed, play with another toy. If they're not going to play with another toy, sing and play imaginary hot lava on the floor, whatever kind of games. And everyone can be happy. It's better with kids because you groom them to be that way. You groom them to look at the bright side. You groom them to be strong mentally. I feel like I've said so much. I'm just already, this live stream isn't even done yet, and I'm already so excited to get the comment from the mom on this video saying, I've done that. Just saying. Meadowlark, smile. You will soon experience a wonderful journey of inner discovery. So this change and transformation, you got it. You got it, baby. Eagle, you are learning all aspects of spiritual connection and reaching new heights. You guys, look at these nails and this. Woo! Okay. All aspects of spiritual connection. So again, this Piscean energy, you are going to merge mind, body, and soul, where you are one with a desire of yours, a creative project of yours, anything. Look to the Piscean area. That is where you can actually cross the boundary and become one with it, whatever it is. And everyone's going to be there. Everyone's going to, whether they know this or not. So spiritual love, forgive everyone for wherever they are. And then you go make heaven on earth. You go put this massive action plan together for yourself because of your guidance, and you win. Okay? Okay. I love you guys forever and ever and always. Take very, very good care this week. And until Wednesday. Wednesday is the podcast. Friday is the vlog. So until then, my loves, many, many, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings. Mwah!